good. Good morning, everybody. Oh, just 1 second, please. And that's enough of that. Won't be seeing any of them today, unfortunately, because we're going to see its sisters. A lot of them. But it would be rude of me not to say, yeah, it does look a stupid hat, doesn't it? I found the person who nicked off with my blue hat. To be honest, it's that cold. I'm wearing the yellow one. Who is wearing the yellow one? Well, that would be myself. Me, myself, and I, the intellectual saviour of all unwashed masses, Ian Paul. Who put that comment in? That's disgusting. The comment's over there, actually. What are we talking about? Anyway, and today, where we're going, fuck knows. All I know is we're going to some place called Shildon. And they have something up there called a museum. Apparently it's something to do with it's a sister thing to the National Railway Museum in York. And apparently they have something called A4s. Something called the Dominion of Canada, and something called Dwight D. Eisenhower. I don't know. I have not prepared for this at all, because this is a surprise trip. So,
well, out the blue
trip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this train, and I'm going to prepare a bit more, and then hopefully when we get to Tamworth I'll know a little bit more than I do. It's amazing what you don't know and someone else does know. It's brilliant.
This is to St Albans Abbey.
Here comes our train, 8:33 to London Euston, which will soon be changing. I'll explain that in a future video diary. 35103. This will take us to Tamworth. And we're now just arriving at Tamworth. Stop everybody off. Doing some construction work here. Avante this way. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we have now arrived at a very good freight master hotspot. If you're ever looking to get a good day for freight here, Tamworth, always a good place to go. You've got four stations, 1 and 2 down here. This is for London Midland and Virgin. Virgin don't stop here during the peak times. Don't know why, it's probably because they can't be asked or something. That's a Virgin Pendledo coming. Top floor, which is behind that brick wall there, and you can see the steps of the other buildings here. That's all where cross-country hang about. 2 half-hourly service that way to Nottingham, half-hourly service that way to Birmingham, which are Turbo Stars. 1 extends on to Cardiff Central. You've also got the Anglo-Scotland trains, which are Plymouth Penzance, and here comes and there goes Pendo 52. So yeah, you get the Anglo-Scotlands. Every 2 hours they stop here. 1 fast through on the alternate hour, and then you've got whatever freight there is around here, which usually there's a pretty good fair bit. You also get most steam tours which come out of the Birmingham area come through here on the top level when they're going to go to Scotland. Oh, excuse me. The only exception I think is when Tynesy do the luncheons to Leicester, because they go first to Nunny and then come back this way. But that's for another time. So we are now here until 9:36. I was having a bit of joke with you all earlier. Today's trip is to Shildon. We're going to get what are known as the lost A4s, the A4s that everyone forgot about, but now they've come back home. But we shall explain all when we get to Shildon. Here comes our train now, the 0936 to Nottingham, calling it place to Derby. Oh, 173.98, Lance's turbo. That's awesome. Just now passing Central Rivers Depot, where all good super voyagers and voyagers go to bed at night. Through the trees there's nothing in there. Crikey, it's all empty. Apart from 221144. Well, as you can see, we're now on the approach into Derby Station. Oh, it is outside. From here it's straight over the other side because we've got to get our train. Just stop here, it'd be nice. That's a great stop. We'll give you that. Derby Station. It's now arriving the 10:11 to Newcastle. Calling that Sheffield, Doncaster, York, Darlington, Durham and Newcastle. We're only interested in going to Darlington. Wouldn't you be surprised it's a 4-car Voyager? Why am I not surprised? Which one? 16. Just now arriving at the Steel City of Sheffield. Next stop for this service will be Doncaster. Just arriving into the Freightmaster hotspot of Doncaster. It's 322484. City of York, and the next stop for this service will be Darlington. just saw a member of the East Coast staff running for his life. There he goes. That was funny. And here is Darlington. Just now leaving his 43.319 with 44.4045, 42.065. This is the 12.21 service to Aberdeen from King's Cross. 42.064. Calling at Newcastle Berwick. 42.063. Edinburgh Haymarket. 42.127. 42.340. 47.37, 41.044, 41.090, and that noisy thing there, which is 43.318. Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at Darlington. We're about 20 minutes away from Shildon now. Over here we have some evil pacers. That one's just stationary here. That one down there will form your 12.53 service to Saltburn. We've got Pacer 78 there and Pacer 27 over here. You might have just seen a Transpennine unit heading off to Manchester Airport in the distance. Of course, home, one of the homes of the Stockton and Darlington Railway is Darlington. It used to be called Darlington North Road. But Darlington North Road is now a museum. This is the new Darlington station owned by East Coast. And now we just wait for our evil pacer bus to take us on to Shildon at 12.54. Now here comes the 12.54 evil pacer bus service to Bishop Auckland. Calling at North Road, Hayington, Newton Aycliffe, Shildon and Bishop Auckland. Sorry to put you through this, guys. Pacer 68. Come back here. Get back here. Yeah, so, oh yeah, the door handles around there, aren't they? For those interested, we are now arriving at Shildon. You got the button? Yeah. Good. Yeah, no. Oh, here we go, here's Shildon. That'd be Raymond.
Yeah.
As you can see in front of us, 60010, the Dominion of Canada. Looks a bit war torn, but that's one of the reasons why we've come up here. Video diary extract from me, and here is the reason why we have come. A4's 60010 Dominion of Canada and 6008 Dwight D. Eisenhower. That Dwight's on your right and Dominion's on your left. Welcome home, girls. Should be pointed out that the Dominion of Canada, that'll be staying here. No, I'm not sure if Dominion's staying here or Dwight's staying here, but one of these will be moving down south to get the repaint, because it's going from Brunswick Green to Garter Blue. I think it's Dwight. And the other one will be staying here until next year. And then they all head down to York for Mallard's celebration. Lovely. And here is 6008, Dwight Dean Eisenhower. I believe Dwight's the one that's come from Canada, or it could be Dominion of Canada. That would make more sense though. But whoever's had Dwight, they've done a pretty good job in cleaning her up. She looks a lot better than Dominion of Canada. Well, if that right there is the ugliest thing I've ever seen, I don't know what is. But this is apparently a prototype pacer bus. British Rail Research, built Derby, England. And it has to be the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I mean, look at it, it looks terrible. I've just found what can only be described as an oxymoron. Now, as you see, there's our local TOC there, London Midland. Well, it's actually London Midland region, but underneath it has got speed. If ever there was an oxymoron, that is it right there. There's going to be some people that know what this is. This looks like a cousin of the old rocket, the locomotion, sans péril. I remember doing a crossword with that being the answer. Sans péril. I believe this might be one of Stevenson's. It's a replica of Timothy Hacksworth's sans péril. Lovely. Now don't tell Simon. He mustn't know there is a model layout here at Shildon. So when he comes and looks, act. So yeah, there's nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. Walk on. Now here's one of our locomotives. An 062 tank engine built for the North Staffordshire Railway. Yay! North Stafford represented here. It's loco number 2. It's L-class tank engine. There's the 062 wheel arrangement. Up into the cab. Now this here is an old Southern horse box. Apparently it was not supposed to go between Tunbridge and Battle. But apparently the floor of this was made from material called curring. Which was supposedly resistant to horse urine. So in other words, a horse could piss in that and no damage would be done. So here's a message for all you drunks. If you want to go out and you want to go piss somewhere, go piss in that and I'm sure they'll be appreciative. Now here, ladies and gentlemen, we have a loco on loan from Sierra Leone. It's an SLR Sierra Leone Government Railway locomotive, number 85. Another one from the Hunslet area. It's used in Sierra Leone, if everyone doesn't know it. They're very big on their diamond mines in that area. That's the cab of it. It's a monster. I mean, it's on a flatbed, but I mean, it's dwarfed than me, and it's only a little tank engine. Now we're talking. Here's a good reason to come to Shildon. Patrick Stirling's single wheeler, number 1. got the Great Western Design nose cone, and there is that big, huge driving wheel. Great Northern Railway makers in Doncaster of Patrick Stirling's single wheeler. For those who don't know, this has been on loan to down south in London, because it's been doing the play for the Railway Children. You can't do that now because they're redesigning Waterloo Station. But there is Stirling's single wheeler. Hello, I am Alexander, founder of CompareAmerica.com, where we compare ATP insights. Any step, any design. You go visit my website, yes? Or I send Sergey to go destroy you with Russian atomic supergun. Right then, just so we clear this up, completely clear this up now. Here are the two A4s. Now that is 60010 Dominion of Canada. That's come from Canada, Montreal. As you can see, the Canadians have not kept her in very good condition. So what's going to happen is she's staying here, and she's going to get her cosmetic work done here. She's going to change into a Garter Blue livery, give her a BIR number well, which we think is 4498, but we'll double check that. And then she'll be sent down to get the gala with Mallard and the rest of the A4s. As you see, Dwight is in much better condition. She only needs general patching up, and she will be going to York to get that. She's staying in this livery. She's come from Green Bay. That's Green Bay, Wisconsin. And she will be off to go get her touches at the York. And then all 6 A4s next year, smashing. We're having a few issues starting it up here. It's trying to clag up, but it won't. The unmistakable sound of a pacer bus. 142078 from Bishop's Auckland to Saltburn. Just riding to Darlington. Now just arriving is our train, 1600 to London King's Cross, Med Waverley, 82203 with 11430, 11330, 11999, 10329, 12331, 12472, 12534, 12471, 12227, and who is that at the front? That looks like West Riding's Limited, so 91117.
Dodo's in there. Should we give it to the dodo? Dodo. Give it to the dodo? Dodo. Dodo. This way. Dodo's back this way, isn't it? Dodo, come on.
See, we're just arriving into York. That was Deltic number 2, and over here is Alderman 80 Draper. The back of the museum. Just coming in around the corner now. You can stop. Right now. That's good. Alright, well, as you see, we're just arriving into Doncaster. What platform are we on? There's this Great Eastern. That's been over there. Skip 19 still here. And now getting off at Doncaster. And now leaving for Sheffield. Leaving Doncaster and the Sheffield.
Right, good.
Well, we decided one minute we were thinking of the last of the exchange in a post exchange place.
Just now arriving into the Steel City of Sheffield.
You don't get the 52 from the train station.
Get it from there.
95.
You're not going to go?
Huh?
So you're not going to go?
Yeah. 95 will take it to like at least I see.
Yeah. Where can you get the 95 from the station? Right from the station? Yeah.
It's 1811.
You can ask them there and then, isn't it? You can ask them like what you can use.
Yeah, this is it, the 1827 St Pancras. It's called the something. Yeah, now just pulling out Sheffield. Next stop for us will be Derby. She's about to tell you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome aboard this, the 1827 Eastman's train service through to London St Pancras. Pulling out Chesterfield, Derby, Leicester and London St Pancras, they were due to arrive at 2034. First class accommodation goes down towards the front of the train in coaches F, G and J, with standard accommodation towards the rear of the train in coaches A through to E, with coach A being our designated quiet coach. Safety information places.
Right, well, as you can see, we're just arriving at Derby. Now we're going to get some din-dins. Just now arriving is the 1936 service to Cardiff Central. It's 171.02. So you lose again. Just now leaving Derby. Next stop for us, Tamworth.
Has he got the OHTT?
Who got the OHTT?
Lansky.
Good man. Well, as you can see, we've arrived at Tamworth. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to everything humanly possible. Here we go. Goodbye! That is right at 100 miles an hour. Here comes the 2031. But watch this, it's full and standard. What have we got? 350, 342. approaching Trent Valley. And here we are. I'm going to end it on this to zero leaving. I'd like to thank everyone for coming to Shildon with me. Thank you all also for watching.